This is Jon Kertzer, the Sama at the Vancouver Folk Festival in July 2023, and my great pleasure to be talking to Blick Bassy. How are you doing?
I'm good.
He just did a wonderful set with his feature music from a new album with a different group than I say with people. Tell me about this new group and what you're trying to achieve with it.
So for every album, I love to explore some different sound spaces. So my idea with this new one was to go into a sound space, more electronic, you know. And so I started working in this album with a thematic about water. And so I wanted to build something what could fit with the thematic. That's why I wanted to own a space where I could have a sound what could really help the thematic to be more understable.
So you have the electronic drum kit, and which is all kinds of percussion sounds.
Yeah.
And keyboards. They cover such a wide range of sound.
Yeah, and I had normally, unfortunately today we have a special instrument called embodiment, and with this instrument you have really beautiful sounds, you know, like keyboard, but it's completely different, really special. And we use it for the recording, but also we're using it on stage.
Well, tell me about this theme of water and why you like this idea, the ideas behind the lyrics and the album.
Yeah, as my previous album was called 1958, a tribute to Ruben Obiorbe and some other freedom fighter from Cameroon. After this album, I wanted to understand why a human being could go from a space to another and to bring their colonialism system, imperialism system, and bringing chaos. So the answer was clear, and for me it was as soon as a human being going out of the living element, going out of this kind of chain, what is made by the living element, as soon as they are going out of this, then the chaos is coming, because then they can forget that every living element, it's really important for all the others. Even the living element we don't see, even the living element the human eyes can't see. For example, here where we are talking, we have a lot of living elements here.
Yeah.
You know, and all those living elements are really important for our surviving. But the thing is that human beings used to forget that, and as soon as we forget that, then we can start killing some others. But
we destroy the environment.
Exactly, we're destroying the environment and destroying ourselves as well, you know, because the environment is completely linked with our life as well. So that's what I wanted to bring all the album, do a kind of tribute to the water. It was not just to the water, but it was about the living element, because in every living element we have water.
I'd like to ask you about the music of Cameroon, because I've been doing a radio show for 40 years, and mostly we heard music from Mano de Bongo and this Makossa sound, and then the Bikitsu sound of that crazy group that came out, and there's certain sounds that are, they did Burning Heads, and so there's certain different dance styles that came, Makossa and Makutsi, that came from there. But then I also associate Cameroon with some beautiful voices, like people like Richard Bawuna and some of the other music I heard from the rainforest and things. Where does your music come from? It seems very unique to me.
Yeah, I was born and grew up in Cameroon, and my childhood was there between the main city and the villages. So I was completely raised around traditional stuff, beautiful music, Makossa, with some amazing singer like Eboalotin, who was an amazing songwriter. All those guys, I was listening to those guys, and finally I created my own band, and then I moved from Cameroon to Paris. And then I started meeting some other singers, some other musicians, and as I'm curious, I love really going into some other music environment and try to understand how it works. And then today I can think that what I'm trying to do is just the human being I'm today. I'm coming in Cameroon. I grew up there in a traditional way, and now I'm living in France. I'm touring worldwide. I'm meeting a lot of different people. So what I'm trying to create is just the mix of everything. I have it in terms of music, in terms of culture, and also I'm a pluridisciplinary artist. I'm doing, I'm writing books. I'm creating some dance show. I just made two movies. I'm writing to kids. So all those different medium are helping me as well, to bring something new where I'm coming to my music.
It's great. You're a true creative artist working across many boundaries.
Yeah.
I'm curious. The only voice I've heard in America that reminded me of some of what you do with your voice is a musician, a bass player named Richard Boyle. I'm curious if you know his music.
Yeah.
And he performs and he layers. He does his multi-track things with it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Of course, I think every artist in every Cameroonian know about Richard Boyle.
Yeah.
Richard Boyle is a big friend of mine, and I love what he's doing.
So you know him?
I know him, yeah. But for me, the artist I was listening really a lot, it was some guys like, as I say, Edouard. I listen and love for a lot of his music, but also some music, some art singer like Marvin Gaye. I was really, when I started singing, he was kind of my heroes, and I wanted to be like him, sing as him.
What's going on?
She's made so beautiful sounds. So my influences are coming most from this guy, like Boalotin, like Marvin Gaye. I listen so much these artists, and also some guys like Skip James, what I really love.
Oh, the real.
For me, yes. For me was one of my favorite artists and singers.
Devil got my. I love that.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. You have all these sounds that you absorbed and brought it into your own.
Yeah, and
shaped into your own music.
And Skip James, when he starts singing, it's just like so smooth, so sweet, so beautiful. Even he's singing some really tragic theme. Even when he's talking about some hard, describing hard situation, it's still so beautiful and moves so.
And it's in this high vocal.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's from another planet.
Yeah, and even when he's speaking, it's just like when he's speaking, I listen a lot of interviews from him, and even when he was speaking, he was singing while speaking,
So what are your plans next? I wanted to ask you a question because it's a different world these days for an artist. It used to be you made a record, your record company promoted it, you'd sell out a record, it's a neat tour. But now it's a different world, and how do you approach things? You work with social media a lot, get the word out, and things like that?
When I start being a professional musician, I understood that it was really important for an artist to understand the market, the industry.
And the business.
Yes, and I considered myself like an entrepreneur, And from this, I wanted to understand everything, how it's work, how music chain is working, who's doing what is a booking agent, what is a publisher, what is a label license, everything. And this saved me because I'm really on my business. Even I'm a singer, but I really want to understand when I sign with a label to understand how it's going to work, what's going to be the promotional marketing strategy and everything.
You want to own your rights.
Absolutely. And finally, I created my own label, and my last record was released with Infini, what is a French electro label, and with my label also. So
it's a partnership?
Exactly. Because I think it's really important for an artist to understand the market and to also own his rights. So I'm also a co-publisher of everything I'm doing, actually.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's smart. You're very smart artist.
Yeah, for me, it's a business, Music is a business, and some artists don't want to understand that it's business, but they really want to sell it. As soon as you want to sell it, it's a product.
Yeah.
If you want to sell a product, you have to understand the reality of the business, of the market, and why people will come to to buy your stuff, and how you can make it amazing, and how you can understand also to understand how the difference and things are moving really fast. You know, how you'll be surviving in 3 and 5, 10 years when new generation will be coming doing music in a different way, using new tools. How you're going to survive? I really think that identity and singularity are going to save everyone. And from this, I'm trying also to go into different modern sound spaces. We have AI coming. And what is really important with this is that even when AI will be there, only the artists who will have a strong identity are going to survive, because AI want to be able to create some, artists like a really unique artist. And for me, uniqueness is really something important. And what I'm trying also to do, actually, I'm doing a lot of workshop in Africa about music right, about how to own a label, how to build a career, because we have a lot of artists actually touring worldwide, big artists like Burna Boy and all those, but how this could benefit to our continent. It's if we don't build a lot of beautiful venues in Cameroon, in Nigeria, in Gabon, that when an artist living in Cameroon release an album, he don't need to go to European countries to tour. He can tour in Africa. As soon as we don't do this, all those shining coming from artists, I think will pass. For me, we can use this to start building the business in our countries, to build venues, to also try to change the mobility, because we're still struggling. Actually, if you're living in Cameroon, touring, going to Cameroon, to Nigeria, what is border, is complicated because we don't have roads, we don't have flights, direct flight.
Yeah.
So how we can use this to change the music business inside the countries, how we can create a real industry. We're still struggling with publishing, and we know that publishing is in the middle of the music business. Actually, how we can fix it up. For me, we can really go from these artists who are shining everywhere to start building a real music business industry in the continent.
In the local country.
Then this will completely help artists, to bring products. Will going to be international product coming from the local countries, touring locally. Don't need to travel and going outside of the country. For me, this is more important than just going to the other country to shine there and coming back and just build your own business. So how this could benefit to the whole artist, to the whole space, to the continent. This is, for me, this is the most important thing.
Well, one final question is, since we're from the United States, have you played in the United States? Are you going to tour the U.S.? What are your plans?
Yeah, I was only there, but I was supposed to, after here, we were supposed to go there for 1 month in U.S.
It didn't work out?
Everything was booked, so the thing is that at the end, I didn't get my visa because it was too short, but it just postponed, and we'll be back there on February and up
next year.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.